All right, question number 12. We want to determine intervals on which the following function is continuous and at which finite endpoints of the interval of continuity is f continuous from the left or continuous from the right. So we have f of x is equal to the square root of 5x squared minus 60. The restrictions for evaluating a root are that if the root is even, the argument, whatever is inside, must be positive, because we cannot take a root of a negative if it's even. So we are going to focus on the inside and find the domain. So the way you do that is we take the inside, 5x squared minus 60, and we set this greater than or equal to 0. So this is a condition, it has to be positive. And we're going to solve for x. We'll add 60 to both sides, and that will give us 5x squared greater than or equal to 60. And then we'll divide by 5. And that gives us x squared greater than or equal to 12. And then we would need to take the square root. When you take the square root of x squared, you just get x. But then when you do the square root of a number, we have to consider positive or negative. Now, when we do inequality symbols and we change the sign, that also means we have to flip the sign. So we get two intervals in this case. On the positive one, we'll leave everything the same. So we'll get x is greater than or equal to square root of 12. And then when we invoke the negative, we're going to get x, and then the negative will cause me to flip this sign, less than or equal to negative square root of 12. So we get two intervals. Then going to the left, that's going to go all the way negative infinity up to negative square root of 12, and that's going to be in a bracket because of the equal to. And then on this one we'll have a bracket, and we'll have square root of 12 all the way up to positive infinity. So because of the squared term, we are allowed to use some negative numbers because they will all get squared, but anything in between that's smaller than 60 would cause us to have a negative, and so we don't use those. So we get two intervals. The first thing wants to know intervals of continuity, or it's continuous. So we're going to do negative infinity up to the square root of 12, negative square root of 12. Let me make sure I get the negative out there. And we're going to enclose that in a bracket. And then the other interval will start with a bracket, positive square root of 12 up to infinity. And then we want to know finite endpoints where f is continuous from the left. So as we go from left to right, it ends in a bracket. So this first one, negative square root of 12, as this one goes from left to right, it ends in infinity or continues going forever. So from the left, we would say negative square root of 12. Endpoints from the right that is continuous from would be the one that ends in the positive square root of 12.